Hey guys, Sam here, and welcome back to another experiment video on the channel. Today it is something a little bit different and something a little bit topical, something that's going on in the world right now. If you don't know what exactly I'm talking about, the people of Catalonia in a Spanish region in the northeast have decided to vote to become an independent state, which would mean that they would break off from Spain and be their own nation. I'm not a political genius, so I don't know when exactly this would happen, how far down the line they are. All I know is that out of the 40% of people that voted, 90% of them voted that they wanted to break away from Spain. So I thought to myself, what would that do to the national teams? You know, there's obviously the whole thing about if Barcelona would still play in the Spanish league, or would they move to France or even England? But also, how does this affect what is really a great generation of Spanish players? I mean, players that won the World Cup in 2010 and the Euros in 2012. It would divide that team incredibly because a lot of players have come up through Barcelona's youth rank, but I just want to see how these teams will do against the national teams, especially the Catalonia side. I want to see how good they can still play without a lot of their great Spanish players, and vice versa. I want to see how Spain plays without Pique, without Iniesta. These are massive players to lose. Okay, here's the Catalonia side with Moreno up front, Balde Keita is on the left, Deulofeu is on the right, with Iniesta, Fabregas, and Busquets making up a midfield three. The back four is Alba, Bartra, Pique, and Bellerin, with Kiko Casilla in between the sticks. As we take a look at the bench, you'll notice how difficult it is to actually find players from the Catalonian region. The bench consists of Garcia, Boyan, Teo, Sergio Roberto, Jordi Amat, Montoya, Lopez, and then on the reserves is Alex Vidal. Side note, Xavi would be in this team if the Qatarian League was in the game, because obviously he's still playing football, but I didn't want to go creating players, so Xavi would be another one that could potentially join the Catalonia side, should they need him. Of course, Catalonia being represented by Barcelona, I thought that Spain should be represented by the capital of Madrid and the biggest team in the capital, no offense to Atletico fans, in Real Madrid. And the team looks incredible. Morata up front with David Silva on the left. They do lack wingers. Lucas Vazquez on the right with Thiago, Isco, and Javi Martinez as a midfield three. I've just gone with the highest rated players. I don't know if actually Javi Martinez would play as a defensive midfield for Spain. I doubt it. Then you got Alonso in the left back position, Ramos and Azpilicueta as the two centre backs, and Carvajal as a right back. Again with Azpilicueta, not sure they'd play him as a centre back in a back four. And David De Gea in between the sticks, and then the bench is stacked. I mean stacked. Compared to the Catalonian side, at least, it's Alcacer as the backup striker, Asensio, Koke, Herrera, Juanfran, Martinez, Asensio, and then on the reserves, Mata, Saul, and Nacho Fernandez. I actually didn't want to put too many players in the Spanish side. I could have put a lot more, but I didn't want them having so many more players than the Catalonia side. I wanted it at least a little bit even. Okay, so let's take a look at the groups. I completely randomized these, so I didn't try and figure it out so they face in the finals. I don't even know if they would face in the finals. So Group A, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, Russia, and the Netherlands. Group B is where Spain is, and they have my country, Australia, Colombia, and Chile, which isn't an easy group at all. Colombia and Chile can do some damage. Group C consists of Germany, Poland, Wales, and Slovenia. Group D has Portugal, Italy, Mexico, and Denmark. Group E is France, Uruguay, Belgium, and Greece. That is a tough group right there. Group F is Ireland, England, Turkey, and Argentina. Group G is where Catalonia is, with Sweden, Austria, and Switzerland. So definitely a winnable group. For Catalonia, I would expect them to get the top spot in this group. I don't think any of these teams should give them too much trouble. And then Group H is Czech Republic, Peru, Egypt, and Iceland. That's a nice group. That's a nice, even group where anybody could make it through. I like that group quite a lot, Group H. Anyway, let's take a look at how the groups end up and if we will see Spain and Catalonia in the knockout stages. So here we are at the end of the three group stage games. The Netherlands have topped Group A with Brazil in second, Russia in third, and Saudi Arabia in fourth. Group B is Spain at the top with 2 wins and a draw. Colombia right behind them as they qualify in second place. Chile and Australia missing out. It's okay, Australia. I knew you were going to miss out. It's alright. Group C, Germany looking very, very good. No goals conceded with 3 out of 3 wins. Gives them top spot with Poland in second, Slovenia and Wales missing out. Group D, Italy and Portugal make it through. Denmark and Mexico miss out. Group E, France and Belgium make it through. Greece and Uruguay missing out. Group F, England and Ireland make it through with Turkey in in third, and Argentina completely bombing. I'm sorry, Leo. It's over. You're not winning a World Cup, man. And finally, Group G, Catalonia, 3 out of 3 wins ahead of Sweden, who come in second, and then Switzerland and Austria miss out. I'm surprised they played that well, but I guess their competition was a little bit easier than the Spanish team. And then Group H, the group of opportunity, Czech Republic and Peru make it through, with Iceland and Egypt missing out. So that leaves us with a pretty strange looking World Cup bracket. Of course, with the randomized groups, things have just gone completely out of whack. Czech Republic play Ireland, Netherlands play Poland, France plays Brazil, Germany plays Colombia, Spain plays Portugal, Catalonia plays Belgium, England plays Sweden, and Italy plays Peru. So some huge matchups. I'm looking at France, Brazil. That's massive. 2 potential World Cup challenges in the next World Cup going up against each other in the round of 16. First up is Spain versus Portugal, and of course Portugal do have a fantastic side. Ronaldo coming up against his club, but it really isn't his club. It's Spain, and he does score in the 8th minute. Enough talking about if he's playing against his club or not. He gets a goal on the board, and Portugal looking to potentially knock Spain out of this World Cup. Morata brings one back in the 36th minute as we enter the second half. Herrera subbed on for Martinez. Cedric has come on for a centre-back. That's a strange decision. He picks up a yellow card as well just 3 minutes later. And David Silva makes it 2-1. Cedric gets a second yellow, and that'll be all she wrote. Spain with a 2-1 win over Portugal. Didn't look easy, but maybe Cedric at centre-back had something to do with that. Alright, so with Spain making it through, the ball is now in the Catalonians' court. And can they make it through against a tough Belgian side? Look at the Belgian side. It's a very good squad, but Iniesta doesn't care. He makes it 1-0 in the 15th minute, and about half an hour gone now. It is a 1-0 lead to the Catalonians. Can they keep this lead? It is a tough Belgian side. I'm going to keep saying it. Boyan makes it 2. Oh, okay. Oh, and Balde Keita makes it 3. An absolute dispatch, an absolute destruction of Belgium, 3-0. And Catalonia say, thank you very much, Spain. We will meet you in the quarterfinals. And I mean literally meet them. If you saw the bracket earlier, you would have noticed that they're on the same side. It would have been nice if they could have both made it to the final and played in the final, but at least this guarantees we get to see these two teams match up, because if they were on the other side of the brackets, one of them could have been knocked out at any point, and we might not have even seen this matchup. So to see Spain versus Catalonia, I think is really worth it. In the other matchups, Czech Republic went through against Ireland, Poland went through against the Netherlands, Brazil beat France, Germany beat Colombia, so Germany versus Brazil once again, and then England play Italy after both teams 4-0 against Sweden and Peru respectively. But I am so focused on Spain versus Catalonia. This is the matchup that everybody wants to see. Big matchup, Spain versus Catalonia. It could be something we see in the future. Maybe not next World Cup, but you never know when it's going to happen. Both teams very talented. I think Spain is slightly better. Vasquez scores. Deulofeu brings one back through a penalty. Just a minute later, David Silva makes it 2-1. And what an entertaining first half of the game this has been. As we enter the second half, it is a 2-1 lead to Spain. Can Catalonia bring this back? Thiago makes it 3-1. Balde Keita makes it 3-2. And Catalonia still in this. They are fighting to stay in this in the last 10 minutes. David Silva makes it 4-2. And I thought maybe Catalonia could bring it back to 3-3. Unfortunately, though, Spain goes through 4-2. And unfortunately for Catalonia, the quarterfinals is as far as they will go. Okay, but I'm still interested to see how Spain does without the Catalonian players. On the left side of the bracket, Poland beat Czech Republic 1-0. They've made it to the semi-finals. They're quietly getting in there, but they played Germany, who just destroyed Brazil again 3-1. But I'm not sure if that's a destruction, but it's a pretty solid win, 3-1 against Brazil. So they'll play Poland in the semi-finals. On the other side of the bracket, England beat Italy 3-2, and so Spain will play England. So let's take a look at how Spain does without their Catalonian players. Okay, here we go. Spain without the Catalonian players take on England with Tom Heaton in the goal, which is already a strange decision, and Lucas Vasquez makes him pay, makes it 1-0 in the 3rd minute. Overall, the team looks pretty good. Vardy injured though in the 25th minute as Sterling comes on, probably a better player to have on. No offense, Jamie Vardy. But going into the second half, it's only a 1-0 lead to Spain. And David Silva makes it a 2-0 lead. It didn't take him too long in the second half to make it 2-0. And it looks like Spain will run away with this and get a nice, comfortable win here. David Silva makes it 3. He's been incredible for Spain so far. And England just swept aside in the semi-finals. This Spanish team looks ridiculously good, like without some of their big players. Wow! Massive win from Poland. as they enter the World Cup final. Holy shit! Poland win 1-0 against Germany, and after beating the Netherlands 2-1 and Czech Republic 1-0, they have slowly crept their way into the final, conceding 1 goal in the knockout stages and never winning by more than 1 goal. On the other side of things, Spain has gone through Portugal, Catalonia and England, massive competition, and they are now in the final. And it's now time to see whether or not Spain can get the job done without crucial experience in the form of Iniesta and Pique especially. See if they can do it. I'm interested, man. Poland could win the whole damn thing. Here it is, World Cup final, Poland versus Spain. The Polish team looks pretty decent, but come on. Poland, surely they're not going to win the World Cup. Let's get focused. Let's take a look at what's happening in this game. So far, it's a whole lot of nothing. Vasquez has a yellow card, and it's a very, very quiet game. As we enter the second half just about now, there's a substitution for Poland, as there is for Spain, as Herrera comes on for Martinez. Seems like a pretty consistent swap that. It seems like Herrera always comes on for Martinez, but here we go. Last 10 minutes of the game. Can anybody win it, or are we going to extra time? It looks like we're going to extra time, and now anything can happen. Any goal here surely wins the game. Nacho Fernandez also has a yellow card I forgot to mention, but the last 10 minutes of the game, I think we're going to penalties. We are going to penalties, and Poland win it on penalties! Poland win it on penalties! Poland win it. Poland won the World Cup. There it is, confirmation. Poland are your World Cup winners, which is crazy, but really the story was not who wins the World Cup. It was to see how Spain and Catalonia would do. Unfortunately, they matched up a little bit earlier than I would have liked them to match up, but like I was saying before, it could have been that they never even matched up at all, and it was nice to see them play against each other. Spain making it all the way to the final, not getting the job done. Is that because they didn't have the likes of Pique and Iniesta? Maybe, maybe not. Who's to say? Catalonia, they looked very, very good until they came up against Spain, where they just couldn't handle it. The defense could not handle Spain's onslaught, and they lost 4-2. Overall, though, in my personal opinion, Catalonia breaking off from Spain, it's a complicated thing, but it's a pretty cool thing. I'd like to see Catalonia as its own country. The people do not consider themselves Spanish. A lot of them don't consider themselves Spanish. My brother went to Spain and he told me in Barcelona they don't count themselves as Spanish. It's a completely different culture. I'm not an expert on it, but I think it would be nice for the Catalonian people, if that's what they want, to have their own national team. Also, I think it would do a lot of good for Barcelona's youth players. I think a lot more of them will get chances to play international football with Catalonia rather than Spain, because there's a lot less competition compared to Spain, which the whole Spanish country is full of incredibly talented players. So all in all, I mean, I could take it or leave it, man. If Catalonia becomes its own national team, I'd like to see it. Gerard Piqué was pretty emotional talking about it, said if that's what his people wanted, he would turn his back on Spain. So it's definitely not an easy thing for people involved, but from somebody who's standing back and has no vested interest, moving forward, I'd like to see Catalonia as its own national team. I think it would just spice things up a little bit. Let me know what you guys think. Would you like to see Catalonia split off from Spain and become its own independent state? More specifically, towards the football side of things, would you like to see a Catalonian football side playing in World Cups, playing in Euros? Would you like to see that, or do you think they should just stay together as Spain? If you liked today's video, then please do leave a like down below, and also in the comment section, let me know what other FIFA 18 experiments you guys would like to see, because of course I want to use your guys' ideas and give you guys what you want to see. So let me know in the comment section below what kind of ideas you'd like to see from FIFA 18 experiments. But that is it for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy it, like I said before, leave a like on the video. I hope you did enjoy today's video. I hope you had a good day. I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Keep it real.